Map Dad here with the first adventure of 2026, a trip to Boston to celebrate Map's son's graduation from college. Now, it's been 4 years since Map Dad was last in Beantown. Devoted viewers of this channel, that's a good one. Well, you saw that I hit many of the tourist spots back then. Paul Revere House, Old North Church, walking the Freedom Trail, Carmelina's in the North End for dinner, topped off by pastry sampling at both Mike's and Modern. So my goal was to hit some new sights. But first, some new sounds. Lots of Map Dad adventures also include a concert, and I caught the new Pornographers at the Wilbur Theater the first night, meeting up with an old friend from my first job on the Delmarva Peninsula. Genki Ya for sushi ahead of the show was a good call. The next night, it was a trip to the ballpark, Fenway Park to be precise, to catch an installment of the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. Cam Schlittler led the Bronx Bombers to the win. Fenway Franks get a passing grade. Our home base for the week was the Westin Copley Place. Since it was graduation week, room rates varied from $350 plus tax to $650 plus tax. I splurged to get access to the lounge where we had breakfast each morning. The location was very good, as we were in easy walking distance to two of the city's T-lines and less than 10 minutes from the Back Bay neighborhood and Newbury Street shopping. It was along Newbury Street where we stopped at Salty Girl for New England clam chowder, a salad, and a warm lobster roll with a lot of meat and a nicely toasted buttery bun. $42 for this chunk of goodness. The first of two more upscale dinners was at Willow and Ivy on Exeter in the Hotel Lenox, which is where we stayed the last time. A fantastic meal, and the atmosphere matches it, a very cool bar area as well. Boston is home to a number of great museums, two of them right next to each other. The Museum of Fine Arts, better known as MFA, is a world-class museum. Anytime you see a room full of Monets, you know it's something special. And lunch inside was really good. A few minutes away on foot, a truly unique museum, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Gardner was a woman ahead of her time, using her upper crust status to collect art and make it accessible for the public. Now, this site is crammed with amazing works, and there's a beautiful garden in the center. There are no tags on the wall identifying what is what, but there is a Rembrandt self-portrait he did when he was 23. The second of two fancy meals was at Sorellina, right across the street from the Westin. It was divine. The homemade pastas were fantastic, the desserts mouth-watering, and almost break the bank splurge, but well worth it. After the first of two graduation events, we had brunch back on Newbury Street at Stephanie's on Newbury. I had a short rib hash skillet, which was very good. The only downer, the pancakes looked much better than they tasted. Map Dad always likes to meander around a city, and Boston is incredibly walkable. I took one morning to check out two of the city's most interesting buildings. First, the Trinity Church, which is close to the Westin on the east side of Copley Square. Founded in 1733 and still active today, the Episcopal Church is designated a National Historic Landmark. The Westin Concierge provided free tickets, so that saved me $10. Well worth a drop in to gaze at this architectural wonder. On the other side of the square is the Boston Public Library. Dozens of people were studying or reading in the various nooks and crannies. Dozens more were studying in the great reading rooms with their high ornate ceilings. I continued my morning walk on a beautiful cloudless day to the Boston Public Garden to take in the impressive statue of George Washington by the entrance. Just south of the Boston Common, the garden has beautiful views everywhere you look. But Map Dad was looking for a unique artifact, a bench. Not just any bench, but a bench from a famous Boston-based movie.
You move, Chief.
This was where a pivotal scene was shot from Good Will Hunting, the 1997 movie starring Robin Williams as a professor who discovers that a janitor at MIT, played by Matt Damon, is a mathematical genius. There's nothing marking this scene at the bench, but it was cool just to sit for a minute and look at the lake. The following day, on a recommendation from Map's son, we took an Uber to the new Seaport District, home to a lot of upscale shops and apartments. It's a bit of a walk from the nearest T train stop, so this is why we took the ride. We ate lunch at his favorite udon noodle shop, Yume Ga Arukara. It's a tiny place with seating for fewer than 20, well worth the wait. And then we walked around the corner, played a few rounds at the Putt Shack, a chain of upscale mini golf courses with a bar. $30 for unlimited rounds, and we played 3. That night, we took advantage of the free tickets from the Westin Concierge for the View Boston attraction at the top of the Prudential Center, a classic city skyscraper. Normally $34 a piece, the elevator whisks you up to one of the highest vistas in all of New England. We stayed to watch the sunset, then went downstairs to the Eataly Market for sandwiches, pizza slices, and gelato. Chicken sandwich was good, the pizza kind of bland. Strong finish with the gelato. On our last full day, it was back to Fenway Park for an all-campus graduation celebration. MapDad realizing how old he truly is, as Hilary Duff was the commencement speaker. Lizzie McGuire from the Disney Channel? Not gonna lie, she gave a nice and short speech encouraging the grads to chart their own path. Very proud of Map's son. Can't wait to see what he does out in the world. I'm MapDad, hoping to point your travel in the right direction.